You've probably heard this one before. If you want to lose weight, just eat less. And what's the easiest way to eat less? Skip a meal, right? Boom. Instant calorie cut, smaller waistline, swimsuit body by next week. At least, that's what the internet, your cousin, and that one friend who knows everything about nutrition keeps saying. But is skipping meals actually a smart weight loss strategy? Or is it just a fast track to hunger, regret, and eating half the fridge at midnight? Time to chew on the truth, right here on History of Food. Skipping meals sounds simple. You skip breakfast, lunch, or dinner and, in theory, you're consuming fewer calories. Fewer calories should mean weight loss. And let's be honest, it does sound tempting. Why bother counting macros or meal prepping quinoa bowls when you could just not eat? That's why skipping meals has become a go-to trick in every diet trend under the sun, from intermittent fasting to one-meal-a-day plans. People love the idea that they can shed pounds without changing what they eat, just when they eat it. But here's where things get complicated. Your body is not a simple calorie calculator. It's a living, breathing, metabolism-managing machine, and it has opinions about being starved. When you skip a meal, the first thing your body does is freak out a little. It's used to getting a steady supply of glucose, the sugar in your blood that fuels everything from your brain to your muscles. Miss a meal, and that glucose supply dips. At first, that might not sound like a big deal, but your body has backup systems, like breaking down stored glycogen from your liver, to keep things running. If you skip meals regularly, though, it starts adapting in ways that might not help you lose weight in the long run. For example, skipping meals can slow down your metabolism as your body tries to conserve energy. It can increase hunger hormones like ghrelin, making you crave junk food later. And it can even mess with your blood sugar levels, causing energy crashes and mood swings that turn you into a hangry monster by 3 p.m. Here's one of the most common pitfalls. Skipping meals can actually backfire by leading to overeating. Imagine you skip breakfast, thinking you're saving 400 calories. By lunchtime, you're so ravenous you inhale a 1,000-calorie burger and fries in 5 minutes. Congratulations, you didn't save calories. You added them. Studies show that people who regularly skip meals are more likely to overeat later in the day. And it's not just quantity, it's quality too. When you're starving, your body doesn't crave kale salads. It craves high-calorie, high-sugar comfort foods. So while the plan was to eat less, the reality often becomes eat less now, eat way more later. Now, before we declare skipping meals a complete disaster, let's talk about the one version of it that does have some science behind it: intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting isn't just randomly skipping meals. It's a structured eating pattern where you alternate between periods of eating and fasting. Common methods include the 16-8 plan, fasting for 16 hours, eating during an 8-hour window, or the 5-2 plan, eating normally 5 days a week and restricting calories on 2. Research suggests that, for some people, intermittent fasting can help with weight loss, improve insulin sensitivity, and even support heart health. The key difference is that it's controlled and consistent, not just, oops, I skipped lunch again, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Some people thrive on fasting schedules. Others feel miserable, tired, and prone to binge eating. And if you use fasting as an excuse to overeat during your eating window, it won't do much for your waistline. Another downside of skipping meals? It can mess with your muscle mass. And that's bad news for your metabolism. When you don't eat enough, your body may break down muscle tissue for energy. And since muscle burns more calories than fat, losing it can make weight loss harder over time. Think of it like this. Skipping meals might save you calories today, But if it costs you muscle, your metabolism slows down, and you burn fewer calories tomorrow. It's the weight loss equivalent of shooting yourself in the foot. We've all been there. You're hungry, cranky, and ready to bite someone's head off. That's not just you being dramatic, it's biology. When your blood sugar drops too low, your body pumps out stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can make you irritable, anxious, and foggy-headed. That's why skipping meals can tank your productivity, ruin your mood, and turn you into the office villain by 11 a.m. And if you think you can just power through the hunger, think again. Chronic stress from skipping meals can increase fat storage, especially belly fat, thanks to elevated cortisol levels. Now, to be fair, skipping a meal now and then isn't the end of the world. If you're not hungry, it's fine to listen to your body and eat later. And if a structured fasting plan works for you and your lifestyle, great. The real problem is when meal skipping becomes a daily habit or a misguided weight loss strategy. That's when it can backfire, slowing metabolism, triggering binges, and making weight loss harder instead of easier. Here's the twist. Most people don't need to skip meals to lose weight. What they need is to eat the right meals. Instead of starving yourself at breakfast, try eating a protein-rich meal that keeps you full and reduces cravings later. Instead of skipping lunch, pack something balanced so you're not ravenous by dinner. And instead of cutting calories drastically, focus on nutrient-dense foods that satisfy you without blowing your daily intake. Weight loss isn't about tricking your body. It's about working with it. And your body doesn't want starvation. It wants steady fuel, smart nutrition, and consistency. So, is skipping meals a weight loss secret or a big mistake? For most people, it's closer to the second. It might seem like an easy shortcut, but more often than not, it leads to hunger-fueled binges, slower metabolism, and frustration. If intermittent fasting works for you, awesome. But do it intentionally, not impulsively. And if you're just skipping meals hoping the scale will magically drop, it's probably time to rethink your approach. Because in the end, the secret to weight loss isn't skipping meals. It's building a healthy, sustainable relationship with food. And trust me, that's a lot easier when you're not hangry all the time. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.